I don't know. It's maybe like I have maybe something of me like just I need to prove, you know, because I get it from being the youngest of everyone. Then I don't want. I always was like scared of this. Everyone just don't think I was good, you know.
Yeah.
And I just need to prove and just because maybe I will back then I will do a really good score in semifinals, but then in the finals I will not, you know, I won't even do the get fourth or fifth or whatever.
Right.
But it was just for me. I was happy. I was already happy back then just to prove I can do the score.
Right.
You know, like I can be part of this group of elite skiers.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the Waterski Podcast, episode 16 with Robert Pigozzi. So I just came back from the Dominican Republic where I had a vacation, literally a vacation, just skiing, you know, eating, sleeping, and repeating that with some nice conversations off the mic and also some good conversations on the mic. This one that I'm presenting today is Robert Pigozzi's interview. Now, Robert is widely recognized as a slalom sensation worldwide. He has already a lot of accolades for being only 22 years old, and he finished fourth on the pro rankings for 2019. It was fun to sit down with Robert. This is a very different interview compared to some of the ones I've done in the past. Where I interviewed people that I look up to and still do, but primarily as I was growing up. Whereas here, I got to interview someone that I saw myself growing up from struggling to get up with one ski to slowly but surely becoming a sensation in the world of water skiing. So without further ado, here's the interview with Robert. We selected the winner for the pickle contest yesterday on an Instagram live with Chris. So Patrick King, congrats, and enjoy your Chris Parrish pickle gear. We're going to have something similar in the future. I haven't quite figured it out yet, but if I can give out some signed gear or other apparel or other things that skiers are interested in, by all means, I'll do my best to do it. So there you go. Here's the interview with Robert. Enjoy. All right, Robert. Welcome to the Waterski Podcast.
Yeah, well, thank you very much for inviting me.
It's a pleasure. We've been here together skiing for over a week now.
Yeah. And I mean, it's been amazing having you here and skiing with you.
Wow. Thank you. Well, we'll get to that in a second. How have you been?
All good. You know, just the beginning of the season, setting up some skis and you know, just skiing.
Yeah, sweet. New year, 2020.
Yes, sir. 2020 should be, and I'm aiming for a big year this year.
Yeah, and you obviously had a big year last year, and we'll get to that. Yeah. But we'll ask the general way I always ask, I always start with my audience. Sorry, with my guests. How'd you get into the sport?
Well, that's I mean, I got to the sport because of my dad, obviously. My dad was a water skier in Italy, and when he moved here to the DR,
Dominican Republic.
Dominican Republic. I was born here and everything. He bought an Nautique, 196 from I think it was 2000 or 1999, the boat.
Okay.
And then we live in front of the beach, so we were, you know, he was skiing in the beach.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So he was just trying to teach me. I didn't want to ski at all. I was so scared. And he just like pushing me, like, come on, ski. I ski a couple of times at the beach, but that would say I didn't enjoy it at all. And then I think it was 2004, the Pan American Championship Pan American Games in the Dominican Republic, Santo Domingo.
Mm-hmm.
They did water ski in Santo Domingo in this river, like one of the worst river possible to be, like, to swim, And my dad saw all the news, all the ads of like, oh, there's water ski here, and he went there. He just said, oh, hey, I'm a water skier, yes, blah blah, and then he got into the event, like he was helping in the event, and after the event was over, he brought the boat there. We were start skiing and made a lot of friends, and that's where I started to see it actually with him, a couple of kids, and back then Wilton, who was the owner of the club, it was called like La Isabela Ski Lake, Ski Club or whatever.
Okay.
And that was it.
So did Dad ski the tournament or no?
My dad didn't ski. He was there just helping people, like the event to run smoothly. That's it.
Nice. So Pan American Games, obviously Olympic event.
Mm-hmm.
Were there like good skiers? Like,
well, I was a kid, and I remember the Dominican team, if I'm not wrong, hired Andy Maple to coach him for 4 days or 5 days before the tournament.
There you go.
But everyone was there, like all the Mirandas, or if I'm not wrong, Ryan Dodd was here, Freddie Krueger, like Chris Parrish, like all the good skiers back then made it to the Pan American Games.
Yeah. And do you remember watching them? Were at the event?
No, I was probably, I don't know. I was too young. I don't remember nothing at all.
Okay. But so that was sort of like the spark that your dad then brought his boat there and then started skiing there, and you remember skiing there quite a bit.
Yeah.
Okay. So how were those first sets? Because let's say those were your really first sets,
I mean, just two skis around and just going out and in, and I just remember skiing a lot there, and just for fun, just like just do it and just like be part of the group.
Right.
The play was really ugly, to be honest. It was like every day was something new. It was like people would just throw trash there, so sometimes you can even find a stove or a laundry machine or some just like floating or just in the middle.
Right.
So at the end of the day, I learned to avoid obstacles like, than buoys. But that would say, like, that's how it started for me.
Yeah. And then what brought the lake up? Because now you obviously we ski on a man-made lake here near Boca Chica.
Well, the story is, I mean, it's funny, but it's sad at the same time. My dad was like used to ski a lot back then. He was jumping, and he remembered he was jumping, but the ramp was not working that good. He was like, I don't know, and then he crashed. I think he dislocated at the river. Yeah, he dislocated his elbow.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't know. He was doing something. He was jumping. Like, he was a really good jumper. But he was saying like something is wrong with the ramp. Something is wrong with the ramp. I remember him and another guy that used to work there went down to see what's going on with the ramp, and there was a dead body.
A dead body?
Yeah, a dead body that apparently someone just threw there, and he got there like at the beginning of the river, and they just float there. He just got stuck under the ramp.
Wow.
And my dad said, like, hey, I don't want to ski here anymore. I don't want my kids to ski here anymore. Like, this is it.
Yeah.
And then his plan was to build a lake. And one day, flying from Italy to the DR, we were landing, and he saw all these places that have water on it. So that must be a place that I can actually dig a lake or buy a lake.
Yeah.
And that was it.
And that's funny you say from Italy, because I don't think a lot of people know that you are. Yeah, I mean, your father is obviously Italian, and you come to Europe, like you come to Italy pretty much every summer, and you grew up skiing there and here. But sorry, apart from the parentheses, let's go back to the story. So Dad flies back from Italy, sees this piece of land.
Yeah, so the problem was that if he wanted to dig it here in Boca Chica, but the problem is we're so close to the beach that that is rock underneath.
Ah,
So it's hard to dig. It's more expensive, and then at the end of the day, the water will drain.
right.
So he needed a place that the water would not drain. So that's when he saw on the airplane that there was water there, like lakes. He said, well, that means that the water stays in the on the lake. So he went there. He checked a couple of places, and he ended up just buying a big land. It was sugarcane. Like, it was a field of sugarcane, and that's it. He started digging, and all the people from there is like country people that works on land. Like, they don't know much about,
Right.
like, oh, the crazy Italian is just building a mega pool for for himself. Like, everyone thought my dad was crazy. Like, oh, he's just crazy. It's just a big pool. Like, what,
Right.
he ended up doing the lake, and a lot of people like it. Like, and we have a lot of people working there for the lake.
So once your dad finished the lake, were the guys at the river starting to migrate and come to ski with you guys, or?
Yeah, we have like the whole group from the river, because there was another problem at the river that my dad used to, because my dad got to be like the main guy at the river.
Uh-huh.
He's like the one that knew more of water skiing, the guy, And then he was putting the buoys all the time. That was another reason. He was putting the buoys on Friday so we can ski on the weekend, and then Sunday night
Take them out.
No, the fisherman will steal it.
Ah, yeah.
So it was like, oh, okay, we have to put the buoys again, and it's not easy because the river, the current is pushing you, or this, and it was full of plants and the trash. It was like a lot of
Elements.
stuff, elements that it was like, So all those people that as soon as they saw that my dad did that lake, I think they'd rather go to ski here than, know.
Does that club still exist?
No, it doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. Like, no one ski there.
Uh-huh.
Because there was another event that happened after a hurricane, apparently. So like 5 years ago or 6 years ago, there was a hurricane here, and on the east close to the zoo.
Right.
And something broke the zoo, and then some crocodile
Oh my God.
escaped. So they saw a couple of crocodiles, like not gators, just crocodiles.
Crocs. Yeah.
And then people were like, no, I'm not getting there. Like, no way. And that's it. Like, crocodiles are dangerous. Like, they're not scared of you.
Yeah, exactly. So pretty much like struggles of public water, and then to the extreme.
Yeah,
right?
that was the extreme, and the water was contaminated. Like, I mean, I barely get sick, and we think it's because I was born there skiing, and my bacteria, or whatever you call it, anticorps, they're so strong right now that it's so hard for me to get sick.
Yeah, like the immune system got some good training at the river.
Yeah.
Right.
Like,
and so then Dad builds the lake, and what was your skiing level at the time? Like, what years were they? How old were you?
Oh, when my dad built the lake. Oh, a parenthesis. The Pan Am Games, it was around like 2004 actually.
Okay.
That's why I don't remember nothing, because the lake was built in 2006.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I make the dates. But whatever. My level, it was bad. I'll be honest with you. I was struggling to get out of it with one ski.
Okay.
Like, it was really hard for me to learn how to ski with slalom.
Good.
And it was not easy.
Yeah. So you get to the lake, and you were still struggling with one. Like, what clicked? Something must have clicked at a certain point for you where your skiing level got high, because you were pretty good from the junior categories on. So do you remember a moment where something clicked in skiing?
So this is a fact that no one knows, is that going back to I was trying to get on one ski. It took me 1 year for me to learn how to get out of the water with one ski.
There you go. And
then after that year, I was still struggling to get out, but like after 3 pulls, I will make it. But it took me, a complete year to me, like, oh, I can finally get out of the water with one ski. It was
Right.
always just two ski and maybe just drop one, and then the last set it was like, okay, try to get out of one ski. I was just like, every time the boat pulled me, I'll just go underwater. Every time, and my dad was like, "Oh my God, this kid."
This is good because, like, you know, I think a lot of amateurs, and you see that your lake, they don't get out of the water with one ski the first time they try, and they get very discouraged. You know, they're like, "Oh, damn, like this sport is not for me," you know. And when we try to explain them, no, listen, this is normal. Like, it's not an easy step in a water skier journey, you know.
Well, it's not only about an amateur. Like I know kids that come to my ski lake. They're like, well, I don't know, 8 years old, and then they just get on one ski like in the first attempt. Like that took me a year, and this little kid just did it like in one pull. Like
Yeah, it changes, right?
yeah, you know.
It changes.
And yeah, I mean, and I started practicing. Like it got me a better skier. It was more of a seeing you guys, because you guys were coming a lot to the DR like for winter training.
Yeah.
Seeing you, Nicolas, Gianmarco, so it was like, oh, I can see more kids because I was an only child,
Right.
and the sport wasn't that big here. It was the only ski there was old people skiing here, so I was the only kid. I was like, I don't know if I'm good or if no motivation to go ski. So winter was like every time you guys came, like, oh, look, Matteo or Nico, how cool they are. Like, I want to be, you know, like them or try it.
Yeah.
And that's it. That was when I was training more than usual. And yeah, that's it. And about like tournaments wise, like my first tournament I got last, I remember, in Pan American Championship in Mexico. That was like, I was like, no, I can't do this sport. Like, I'm awful. Like,
right.
And I mean, got there. My dad always pushed me to still skiing. Like, come on, you can do it, and that's it.
Yeah. So, you know, a bit of like us coming here, you maybe coming to Italy as well in the summer.
Yeah.
Because your dad is from Brescia, where we have our ski school. And sort of watching other kids sort of gave you that motivation. But so that maybe helped the motivation. But there must have been a year or some episode where you went like, wow, now I'm improving a lot, you know?
Oh, well, this is funny actually. I was skiing, but it was not like I want to do this for a living or I want to be, you know, the best in the world. I just was doing it just to be part of a group, part of a family. Because at the end of the day, you guys were like friends or brothers. So like, oh, I want to be part of the, you know. So I was just skiing for just skiing. Like, I liked it, but it was not a love for the sport.
For companionship,
yeah,
friends,
yeah, just to be part of something. And I remember in 2008 in Latin American, in Santo Domingo, here in my lake, I got second.
Yep.
So I don't remember his score. I played probably boys at 14 or which is
28 off.
28 off. I don't know.
28 off.
I got second and I got my first medal, and I was like, oh, I'm actually good. I'm not bad at all. I'm like there's something here.
Yeah.
It's not like, because I never compare myself because I know I have no one to ski with.
Yeah.
So of me getting second because I ski really good, like, oh, I'm actually good. I'm a good skier, so I can, you know, improve. And since then, I fell in love with the sport because I was not only part of it, I was even good with the sport.
Yeah. Yeah, because that must have been a critical point, because even when you were skiing with us, we were obviously older than you.
Yeah.
So you couldn't really compare. Mm-hmm. You know, like we were together, we were a group skiing, but you didn't have like a direct comparison of...
Well, I had a comparison. It was you guys were too good. I was just really bad. That was my comparison.
Age, right?
Yeah.
Because 2008 you were what, 10, 11?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So we were already like, 20 or 22
I know.
or So from that tournament, like, did he push you to train harder? What did he do to you?
Well, it was like in to be part of the Pan American sector, Latin American happens every year, which is a big event for us back then, and it's still big. It's still big. So for me, it was like just train hard for the next, Latin American. So I had a competitor back then, which it was Santiago.
Yeah.
Robledo. He was a really good skier. He was, me and him was like close, but I didn't know that. Right. Because I didn't have to compare it to myself. But everyone was like, "Oh, Santiago is the best. Santiago is the best." But I was so close to being him. So like, if he's the best, I can get there.
Right.
And yeah, every tournament I was just training to get to the tournament to beat the guy. And I remember I was even jumping, and for me it was like trying to get him in either way, jump or slalom, whatever I need to just get,
domino, whatever.
Yeah, whatever. Just need to get the gold medal. And by the end of the day, it's like the competition that got me really good.
Yeah, yeah. And did you win the following year?
I did win. I actually don't remember right now, but I think I did win jump. That actually impressive, yeah. But I was a, let's say, not a really good jumper. I was really committed to jump.
I remember.
I was heavy, so that the switch will just engage. But my landing was really bad. So I remember I didn't land the first two jumps. So I had in the finals. So I only had the last jump that I needed to land. And I just went full throttle and just jumped, and I just didn't let it go. I just
somehow.
Yeah, somehow I was first in the podium.
Bam.
But that was the plan, and since then I was just like, just competition and train more to be the best. That's it.
Wow. Yeah. And what was did you have a year that you remember where you improved a ton? Like, because obviously in juniors every year, I don't want to say you have a PB every set, but you're like, you improve by 8 buoys, 12 buoys, whereas now it's a little bit different. So do you remember one year in particular where?
Yeah, I do remember a year. I don't remember exactly the year though, but I remember the event. It was a year that I was struggling. The year before I was struggling to run 38.
11, yeah.
Yeah, 11. And then that year, I remember I ran it in a tournament.
First time.
I was doing 4, maybe 5. And I remember it was in Mexico, the tournament, Latin American again. And I ran it. I was like, oh, that was easy. Like, I've been struggling a year, but today was easy.
Yeah.
And then since then, after that, then it was 39. The problem was 39. And 39 came so easy that year, and I managed to run in a year to the 39.
Wow.
And that was the year. It was the same year I quit jumping, too.
Okay.
Because I crashed and jumped, then I broke a ski, and then we ordered the Goodmans, and it took how much it takes to get it.
It takes a while.
Exactly. And by that while, me waiting for the jumps, the jump skis, that's when I started running 39. And when I got the skis, I was like, now I had to choose. Like, is it worth it for me to go back and jump and to get injured or whatever when I can just pursue the slalom? And it was hard because for a year I didn't jump. Then I was like, I really like jump. So I started jumping. Then I crashed it again. So I stopped jumping. Then I started jumping again. And every time I crash, I will stop for 6 months. But yeah. That was the year I stopped jumping, and my slalom went just like
up the roof.
Yeah. Whoever's listening to this, don't quit jumping for slalom. I mean, it doesn't. I don't guarantee you the results, but that happens to me.
Yeah. It's funny how that works. Sometimes, like for instance, for me, when I quit overall, my first year was actually worse in slalom.
Okay.
But I was much older than you were when I quit overall. I was like 23, 24. Mm-hmm. And in fact, my last overall sort of like attempt was here. Remember, I came here to
before Mumba.
Before Mumba,
yeah. I remember.
And I did only slalom at Mumba, but because I couldn't qualify for the other two. But it was their last push that I gave. And then I quit the overall, and my first year actually I struggled a little bit. I guess just the different, life at the lake or whatever it was. Do you miss jumping a bit?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, I loved it. I actually loved jumping. I was scared though at the same time. I was really scared of jumping, and I believe that my crashes were always because I was scared.
Yeah.
But I really love the sensation of a good jump.
Yeah.
Like I never get that on slalom.
Yeah, I agree.
Like I will never, even if I run a 39 or a football, if I do a run 41 really good, I'll get that. But if I run a 39, like perfect 39, that will never give me the same sensation of back then I was jumping 40 meters of a perfect, with the best kick ever, 45 meter.
Yeah, with a nice lift.
Yeah, with a nice lift in, the rope is tight. It's like that was just unique for me, and that's the only thing I miss actually. I don't miss the crashes. I don't miss I just miss the feel of getting out of the ramp.
Yeah,
or just hitting the ramp, just getting in, just there. Just see the ramp. It's just like it's an amazing feeling. But 2 years ago, I tried to get back, but
oh yeah, 2 years ago.
yeah, but I was like, I crashed it again, and then that was it. I was like, no, this is pretty good.
Is that the video I saw from underneath the ramp? That was 2 years ago.
Yeah. Callum, the English.
Yeah.
He was recording. I was like, we were jumping together, but that year, and I was like, oh yeah, and we were pushing each other. Yeah. And that was my last. Actually, that was my last jump.
The backflip of the ramp.
The backflip of the ramp. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Well, yeah, but I do agree. I miss. Over the years, I might have borrowed Gennadi's skis for a few sets. Even just like a little jump where you get a good lift, everything feels right. Slalom doesn't have that.
No.
It doesn't have that.
It just doesn't have the adrenaline. I don't know. It might have the adrenaline, but I don't feel the adrenaline because I compare with jump.
Yeah.
And jump adrenaline, it's amazing. I would remember when I was already getting ready, just putting the
sling on.
The sling and my gloves, and it was like, oh, it's about to go down. Like I'm going.
Gladiator mode.
Yeah, like I'm cutting. For me, jump, it was not, you cannot go in between, which like just go hard and just hope for the right, hope for the best and just go. Right. That was my motto back then.
Yeah, no, I remember. So wow, back to slalom. In 1 year, you go from running 38 first time in tournament to starting to run 39.
Yeah.
Did you run in tournament also that year?
The 39, I don't want to say yes, but I do believe, yeah, I did. Because, the Latin American that I run, the 38, the first time was around April. Mm-hmm. And then I remember that same summer, I went to the Europeans. There was the Junior Europeans in Cesena. So I went there to ski just like for the records.
As a guest.
And I remember, I was there. No one knew me.
Right.
And I was like, there's a really funny story about Joe Poland.
Yeah.
That he see me and then, this fat kid, you just get there in the dark, gets ready. And Joe is after me. He's like, who's this guy?
Right.
And then I used to start at 13 already. 32.
32, yeah.
And then it was like, he told me like, oh, this kid's just starting at 32. I'm just going to get ready now. He's going to fall in the first pass.
Right.
So I ran the first pass. And then he was like, oh, well, he got lucky. Let me put my gloves on. I run the 35.
Yeah.
And Joe like, okay, this is not good. Like this is not. But okay, 38, he definitely not running it. So he put his boot on and everything. I run 38. He was like, what the fuck? Like who's this kid?
Right.
He was like, okay, at 39 is impossible. He get in the water. He just jump in the water with his ski and bindings, everything ready to ski.
Yeah.
And then I ran 39. And he was like, everyone started freaking out. Like, who's this kid? Like, he's John and like whatever. And then that was my PB. It was a 2:41.
Wow.
And yeah, it was, I think 16 or 15. I don't know. Then no, it was more. It was after that year.
Okay.
I actually don't remember very good, but I think I was 15 probably. Yeah.
Yeah. See, like, and that's one of the things that I always, and I believe that's why you became so good in skiing. Like, you're an exceptional slalomer in the sense that, like, you manage to ski better in tournament than in practice.
Yeah.
And I've never heard, like, rarely you hear that. Like, you hear it in jump, because maybe the adrenaline of the tournament, you push a little harder. So you do hear jumpers jumping further in tournament than practice, but in slalom, it doesn't happen very often, you know?
Yeah, I know.
So why do you think is that?
I don't know. I actually just back then I was not that good in tournament. Like when I was 14 or 13, I was like really shy. I was always getting really nervous. And then it started changing. I think I'm like this because I actually work really hard with my head to ski good in tournaments, that because of my past. Like my past was like, when I was 13, it was like so hard for me. Like I had the butterflies in my stomach, my leg will feel like sloppy, like it was really, really strange. And I think I worked that so hard with my head and just to be calm, that I guess I got so good that, you know. But I mean, my training are not that bad. Come on.
No, you're not that bad. But I mean, you know, you said you ran your first 11 in tournament. You know, and I know of several tournaments where maybe, you know, we were skiing together, you were doing 2, and then you go to a tournament 4 at 41, you know? So that's uncommon, you know?
I don't know. It's maybe like I have something of me, like just I need to prove, you know? Because I get it from being the youngest of everyone. Then I always was like scared of this. Everyone just don't think I was good, you know?
Yeah.
And I just need to prove, and just because maybe I will back then I will do a really good score in semifinals, but then in the finals I will not, you know, I won't even get fourth or fifth or whatever.
Right.
But it was just for me, I was already happy back then just to prove I can do the score.
Right.
You know, like, oh, I can be part of this group of elite skiers. And I guess it was that. And now since 2 years ago, I started working on the even finals. Like, okay, I need to be now on the group of the podium.
Yeah. So it was it's sort of like a step by step, you know, like first I need to show the score, then I need to show the score I can do, and then, okay, where do I belong?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Interesting. When do you sort of started to, because you had a moment when you were a kid, you're like, okay, I'm competitive.
Yeah.
You know, that Latin American here. Where did you have that moment where you're, okay, now I'm an elite skier, like I'm one of the top? Was there a tournament, or was it?
The European.
Oh, the junior European.
The junior European, I was 15 already. I was like, okay, if I can do this score, and you compare the scores of the elites back then.
Yeah.
If you compare the elite back then, it was pretty much the same.
Yeah, 2:41, 3:41.
Like you can do podium with 2.
Yeah.
The problem was for me to get to that tournament, you know.
Right.
Because if I won, I was nervous still or whatever, and I needed to prove or whatever X reason, I would not even run 38 maybe.
Right.
Just because I needed to prove it so bad. But at the end of the day, I do believe I'm just really, really competitive person, and every time I win a tournament or something, it's just because I need to prove myself and to prove the competitor that, you know, like if I know that the person knows that I can do it, is not gonna be, is okay. If the person that's against me show me that he knows that I can beat him, I maybe not gonna beat him. But then the moment that the person acts like I cannot beat him because I'm not that good, that's when I that's when I, excel. You said,
excel.
In the tournament. And this year I had so many moments that happened, and I prove it.
Yeah, and we'll talk about this past season in a second, but just before this past season, you already won Junior Worlds,
Yeah.
U21 Worlds, or no?
No, I got second.
Second in U21 Worlds. You had won a Junior Masters.
I did Junior Master, yeah.
And you placed at Pan Am Games,
When?
like in the podium, or no?
This year?
No, like before last year.
No, I
Never
didn't place.
Okay, okay. But yeah, I mean, already, you had shown what you could do. Now we get to 2019 season.
Let's do a parenthesis on the junior championship when I won.
Okay.
Do you remember the picture I posted on Instagram with Chris Parrish?
Yeah, the pictures on. Yeah, the picture of you on Instagram.
I broke Chris Parrish record.
Oh, that's true.
The
world.
The world junior world record.
Yeah.
And he did that record 18 years ago.
Yeah. So, and it was 1996. Yeah.
Yeah, I was not even born yet.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like.
Yeah, it was what, 3.5 you did or 4?
He did
3.
2. He did 3 was?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I did 3.5.
Yeah.
I just remember that I was just getting really good. I just like, okay, I just beat the record.
Was that in the prelims or in the final?
No, that was in the prelims.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. At the finals, I remember I think I won with 5 at 38.
Okay.
Because the skier before me did 4.
Okay.
So I just got to 5 and that's it.
Yeah.
Just celebrate.
Nice. Nice. And so you won that before you won Junior Masters.
Yeah. My first Junior Masters, my binding broke.
Ah, that's true.
I was having problem with my binding. I don't know if you remember that I didn't bring I forgot my liners the DR here in Dominican Republic. I flew out without bindings pretty much, and some of the stuff like the
Silveretta, the spring system.
The spring system was broken. I didn't have how to fix it, so it's like, okay, you can take some, and Callaway Garden is not that, it was rolling a little bit, and I just fell both 4. I need to get 5 at 12. I don't know, to make it to the finals.
Yeah,
but I mean, it happens.
What was that year, though? I mean, of course, you had this binding issue, but you had been at Callaway Gardens before skiing your first Masters. But what was it like to show up, like, now you're a skier there,
I mean, open?
Well, junior or open. Like, I mean, the place has a vibe, right?
Oh, no. Well, I went to Callaway to the Master a couple of times when I was a kid, like, But the first time, my dream was to make it to Junior Master.
Yeah.
And when I made it, it was like, this is amazing. Like, this is the best. Like, it's so cool.
Yeah.
It's so cool, but it's so hard to ski on, and then I remember I didn't make it to the finals. I hurt myself. I went to they just do some stitching on my leg, whatever. It happens all the time to me because of my binding situation. But I remember I was still I always get mad if I don't make it to the finals, or if I get short to podium or whatever reason. But my first Masters, I was so happy just to be there.
First elite, like pro Masters?
No, just the junior.
Ah, okay.
The junior.
Yeah.
I was so happy just to be part of that event and such a wonderful tournament, because since you're a kid, you get told that only the best skier gets to the Masters.
Yep.
Even junior, only the best junior skier gets to the Master. And then me being part of this, like, oh, wow. I made it, like, oh, this is a great achievement. Then the second Master I won. That's where you get the famous picture of me pulling from 3 to 4.
3 to 4, yeah.
That I'm just almost touching the water with my back.
Yeah, and that was a junior Masters?
That was junior Master. Yeah. since a kid, I've been pulling that like an animal. And my first elite Masters that I made it winning the LCQ.
So 2018, right?
It was 2018. I got third. I was the first out in the water. Okay, this is the semifinal. I was the first out of the water, and I remember I did 2 at 41.
Yeah.
Which was like amazing.
Yeah.
And then I remember I was still nervous because I just stayed in the dock because I was like, I might not get in.
Right.
So everyone just falling, getting short. Like these big skiers, like, you know, like...
Yeah, Will Asher,
Thomas. I'm like, what is going on? Like, you know?
Yeah.
And then after I knew I made it, I started walking. I remember skiers. It was the last skier. Freddie didn't make it. No, he didn't make it to the finals. He struggled to make it to the finals.
Yeah.
And I was in the side dock, you know, in the pavilion. I'm like, oh my god, was it that bad, or I just skied really good, or because the condition was the same. And then I remember Nate. I was like, okay, I'm not gonna be top seed.
Yeah.
And I remember Nate almost falling both 5, just pulling to 6, you know. And I'm like, this is crazy.
Yeah.
And in my head, like, I'm fucked because now I have to, you know, I'm the top seed at Masters. It's not good, you know. And then the finals.
But let's stay there for a second because
okay.
I was there. That set was unbelievable.
Oh yeah.
Like you 38, 39, like simple, like so easy. That was the shocking part because some people actually argue that, and historically makes sense, that the first of the dock has better conditions.
Yeah.
Right. But the way in which you skied was so clean that you couldn't use that. You know, you couldn't say, oh, well, the condition were slightly better first off the dock. Like he freaking smoked 39. And I remember, did you zigzag too? No, maybe.
Yeah, I stopped it. Yeah, because I was like...
But for no reason, you know?
No, my reason was that if I do half, everyone was going to do 2, and I'm going to be out of the finals.
No, which makes sense, but you were nice and early at 2.
Oh, yeah. I just didn't want to, you know, just to be a superstar and fall at 2.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
Yeah. No,
I was avoiding that.
Yeah. Yeah, so the freaking like unbelievable set. I was there with Matteo and Marina watching. It was just smoking 38, smoking 39. Like it was unbelievable.
I got that on video. Like Matteo, Yanni recorded that in a really good slow motion, and it's an amazing
set.
Yeah, it's like I still get chills every time I see it. I get chills. Like you know.
So now you're top seed at the Masters. You got a night to sleep on it.
Yeah, I got a night to sleep, and that's when I get to finals. I usually back then, by 2018, I stopped getting nervous. Like I really, you know, I made it to finally not feel nervous. Like I'm finally 100% with my mental game.
Yeah.
But that day,
came back, huh?
Oh my god! I remember waking up, and I woke up. I still have the butterfly. I was having the butterfly in my stomach. Like I'm not even at the lake. I'm in the auto room.
Yeah, exactly.
Like this, you know, it can't happen. I didn't want to have breakfast. Like you know when you have that thing in your stomach. Like So I get there. I start working in my breathing. Like okay, inhale, exhale, put the butterfly out, whatever. Like warm up, just feel like think the best, etc., etc. And then everyone starts skiing. Freddie fell at 38.
Mm-hmm.
Freddie fell at 38. Then Will run half of 41.
Half of 41.
And Nate ran. I don't remember what Nate ran. I think
3. No.
No.
Wasn't 3.
I think 2 because I remember. I don't remember sure, but I think it was a score that I felt I could beat.
Yeah.
You know, because I remember I ran 38. Okay, I was like, okay, I'll get podium right now.
Yeah.
But now I have to work on the run 39 because the thing is I was so after I saw Will and I beat Fred. I was like, okay, I can actually make this.
Yeah.
So I was not nervous. After I run 38, I was not nervous.
Yeah.
And I went there and I fell in a certain way, which was so stupid from my side because it was a crosswind.
Mm-hmm.
And since the first pass, I was like, okay, there's a crosswind pushing you from the outside to the pavilion.
Yeah.
So okay, there's a crosswind. Just think about that. So there's a crosswind. Just think about that. Every pass, every and then I was just thinking at 39 before going there. I was just thinking, okay, I need to run this just to get to 2. You know, just there to get to 2. I was just having that I forgot about tailwind. I ran 1, good. I went to 2. I just let go too soon, and the ski just went inside and boom, just ate shit with the board. And that was like, I think that was one of the most memorable failures. Which it was not a failure, but it was just when you thought that you can make it finally, but just because you don't have that much experience,
one of those tournaments in which you learn a lot.
Yeah, I learned a lot in those, and which is it made me happy because I didn't have it by that time, but I feel like with all these mistakes, is getting me not even better as a technique guy, but even as a competitor.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, it's because thank you to to Will, all these guys that are skiing against me and beating me.
Yeah.
They're just making me a better skier at the end of the day.
That's very cool. And I think, as you said, there's a big difference between being a good skier and a good competitor.
Yeah.
Like the two should go together because you do more tournaments, you become better competitor, but not necessarily. And it sounds like 2 years ago, like you sort of went, like you got a big lesson.
Yeah. The 2 years ago was the lesson year actually. It was the year that I was on the top of my skiing level. I think at the end of 2017, I ran 41 for the first time.
Yeah.
That it was in training.
Yeah.
And then I still doing it in 2018 in training. Like I was getting there.
Yeah.
So I was really confident with my skiing level, but mental wise, like experience in experience, it was not good. Like I was not getting at the top of the tournament because some mistake that it happens to people that never had that mistake.
Yeah, never had that experience. Yeah,
exactly. So that was the year that I learned the most actually.
Maybe sounds like by virtue of competing, because 2018, if I'm not mistaken, is the first year where you were chasing pro tournaments. Like you were going to pro tournaments all the time. And,
that was the first year I started competing in all the pro tournaments. I actually competed in all pro tournaments besides Canada.
Yeah.
The Canadian Open. That was besides that tournament, I think I made it to all of them.
Yeah. Well, you skied our tournament since the first year. Actually, I was talking to Benny, and I think it's something like me, you, and Benny might be the 3 that skied all of them.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So this year is going to be the 7th.
What about Tigas?
No, he didn't ski the first or second one. Carlo missed one. But I think me, you, and Benny are like the ones that skied every single one of them.
It's funny because you when you do that, you can see the event evolving.
Yeah.
From seeing an event with a couple of skiers, which it was high level.
Yeah.
To making looking the next year more level, the next year more level. Now when you go there, it's a serious event.
Yeah.
It's like a pro event. So it's fun to go there.
Yeah. And let's finally get to 2019. You have your lessons from 2018, bouncing from one tournament to the next.
Yeah.
And then we get to last year where you had a very successful season.
Yeah.
You start where you want.
I mean, after 2018, that in podium-wise, elite points-wise, it was not good. Mm-hmm. But for example, I remember I ran my first 41 off in tournament. That it was in Cesena.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a good. Oh no, 2018 actually, I won my first pro tournament.
Oh, in France.
In France, yeah, which it was for me was one of the best. Not tournament in. It was a really, I mean, it was a really good tournament, really good place to ski. It just was the way I remember it was really competitive.
Yeah.
Because we had Freddie, we had John, we had Benny, Brando Thomas, and Corey was there. I don't remember if Will was there. I don't think Will Ash was there. Anyway, I was top seed. I was getting really good at that place. I get top seed, and I remember in the finals, Freddie did 3.25.
Yeah.
That was the big crash. He just goes straight to the shore.
Classic Freddie.
Yeah. And then Corey did 3.5 at 41.
Wow.
So I'm top seed. I'm just seeing these scores going like all the score was above 2.
Yeah.
Like no one. I don't remember. No one felt like a 39. Everyone was just doing more than 2 or 2. Like I need to get to what 5 or 4. So I remember I was sitting there. I was not nervous at all. I was like, "This is the tournament. That's it. This is the tournament. I'm gonna make it. That's it."
Wow.
If I lose this chance, I don't know when I'm gonna get it again. I don't know,
Yeah.
Like if I want to do it, is now. Maybe
Wow.
the next tournament was easier to win because the score might be 2. But for me, I just felt that was the tournament.
It's a powerful thought.
Yeah, it was so hard. And I remember I run everything. I was skiing average actually. I didn't feel skiing really good. At 41, I did a decent one. Bad one, really good 2, and then I get to 3, I get
anxious.
Anxious. I turn early, I miss my handle. I get my handle, with this part with the head, with the
with the strap of the glove.
with this actually it was with the strap of the glove. I just like my how you call this
wrist.
I just bend my wrist. And then I just pull with my wrist and the rope and the glove, and then just pull till 4, put the ski out, and turn. And it's like, I made it. I made it my first pro tournament, and that was like. And then when I think back, like, if it was in training, I will fall.
For sure.
Or maybe another tournament, and that will be my excuse, like, oh, I didn't get the handle. But that day, it was the day, and that's it, I made it. So, anyway, after those 2 big events of running 41 and
win your first
and win my first tournament, 2019, believe it or not, I was like, okay, I have high expenses,
expectations.
Because 2018 was not as good as I thought, but it was enough. It was good enough to me, to feel like, okay, I need to beat that.
Yeah.
My first year in Mumbai, it was everyone telling me, oh, Mumbai is so hard. Mumbai is this. Mumbai is that. I remember I get to Mumbai. And I get there, I was like, okay, if Mumbai is so hard, I can't be nervous. Like whatever happened, it happens. Like I'm not gonna feel bad about it. Like if I fell on my first pass, like, well, that's it,
That's Mumbai, yeah.
That's Mumbai. And that happened to everyone, and I don't know. So I was like, okay, I'm chill, I'm normal.
Yeah.
I start skiing really good from the first pass, and I remember I did 3:41.
Yeah.
And that was
tied lake record.
No, that was the record.
I think tied, no?
It was tied. Well, they told me it was the record.
Yeah.
Or tied. I remember that I only had that record for probably 20 minutes.
Hey, ball. Like,
but I had it. You know, if you search the history of the river, I'm there. I had it for 20 minutes. And it was like, okay, where's the people that saying this is so hard?
Right.
And then I remember 2 more people probably run it 39, and one of them was Will, and Will did 5.
5:41.
Yeah, Will being 2019. Will actually was bullying me for a while from the beginning of the year. I'll get that later on. And yeah, and then the finals. It happens. It started raining. The current got stronger. The level went up and down, and I was almost stopped. I was second out of the dock.
Yeah.
Which. Yeah, whatever. I get this to get it to the finals, which is not the final, is to the finals because I need to run 38, and I fell at exiting the gate 38. So
you were second last of the dock in the semis.
Yeah, and then Will.
Yeah.
So when people ask me, like, I cannot say was it because of the win, because at the end of the day, Will did made it to the to the
no excuse.
Yeah, with the same conditions. I'm like, okay, whatever. I was happy. I mean, I just felt it was unfair for the conditions because a lot of people had a better leg, but at the end of the day, that's water ski, like.
Yeah. Outdoor sport.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. But I was happy that I skied good in the semifinals. That at least I skied twice after that long flight. You know, that was my concern. Like, I don't want to ski only one time. You know.
Right.
After that, what was the next tournament? I don't remember the.
Well, I mean, it was March, and then you did LCQ, no? Like, because you needed.
It was LCQ for. Oh no, was it LCQ or Swiss?
I know, you're right. There was Swiss. There was John's tournament.
Okay. We started with John. John tournament was the first one. I remember I ski good the year before.
Yeah.
But not as good, so you know. And then that year, I remember my score shooting were less than this year, than 2019.
Like the skeet shooting.
The driving was less.
Yeah.
But my slalom got way better. Like,
give and take, right?
You know, like I'd rather get to slalom better than, you know, shooting or whatever. But that was a fun tournament. I remember. No, I don't remember what I did actually. I think I did 1.5. Yeah, I did 1.5 at 41, and then Tigas did 2, and then Freddie tied Tigas with 2.
Okay.
And then just big ran off with, and then Freddie won. But it was fun to getting podium on getting podium again.
Oh, so you were third at John's?
Yeah, I got third. Okay. And a little bit of going back, my first pro podium was at San Gervasio. And I got third.
That's true.
And I don't remember what year it was, but I got third. Yeah, I think it was in 2017, if I'm not, or 16.
I can't remember.
It was the year that Tiga got second because Tiga beat me. And Freddie won.
17. 2017.
Yeah. That was my first pro podium. Anyway, after John, I was like, okay, I had a big start.
Yeah.
Because this year, the 2019, okay, I'm gonna say this year, meaning 2019.
Yeah. We'll edit it, magic on the computer.
You guys that are listening, is 2019. This year for me, 2019. Okay.
Yeah.
This year, my only plan was to win Pan Am's, because for me it was a really achievement for my country, because then they consider me as a professional athlete. They will help me out with putting out a federation for us,
right,
and helping me with the sport, and making it to the Masters for this year without LCQ.
Okay, so your goals for 2019 was winning Pan Am's and making it to Masters without LCQ.
Yeah, being top 6 on the elite ranking list.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, this is a good beginning,
Yeah.
So the second tournament was
Swiss.
Swiss is like, I do believe that Swiss is the most competitive tournament of the year. Like, believe it or not, there's so many good skiers going there, and then like everyone goes.
Yeah.
Everyone goes, and everyone can run 39, and everyone just, do 2.
Yeah.
Or more,
Yeah.
And it's so hard to make it to the final because you know that to make it to the finals, if you don't make it 2, you do 2 at 41 and you're in the runoff.
Yeah, exactly.
Like you're not in the finals. And I remember I got 2.5, I think, at 41 in the finals, and I got 4th with 2.5 at 41.
Yeah, it's pretty.
Like Sasha got 3rd with 3, then Freddie with 3.5, and then Will with 4. I think it was like.
That's tight competition.
Yeah, it was like I was happy because, I was getting consistent with my scores, which I feel like last year I wasn't. I might ski really good in the semifinal, and then the final would just do half of what I did in the semifinals. You know, so I was doing more consistent, and I was working on that. And I was happy with the tournament. I mean, I was missing just the 4th elite point that I wanted from that tournament, but whatever. Then after that, we get to LCQ.
Yeah.
LCQ, it was I hate going to the LCQ.
Okay.
That's the tournament. I love skiing there. That's an amazing place to ski, but I just hate to go there to make it to the Masters.
Yeah.
It's such a pressure because for me the pressure is like if I don't make it, what am I gonna do next weekend? Just train for nothing, right. What I'm gonna do the next weekend. And that was the first push that I had of what we talked before of competition.
Okay. Go on.
Well, we just okay. It was basically I don't even know how to explain this part because I don't want to put people in the middle.
You do you.
No, okay.
You do you.
It was basically I just felt that I needed to beat. It was Joe Howley.
Okay, and sorry, just a minor parenthesis because maybe some listeners don't know how it works at the LCQ, right? So you get 2 rounds of regular skiing. Mm-hmm. You have to win, and you have to beat a benchmark score that the Masters Committee puts forth, right?
Yeah.
So what was the score last year?
It was 2 and 3. It was
3 at 41.
Yeah, it was 3.
So to make it to the Masters, you had to win and to ski more than 3 at 41. Meaning if you skied 2 at 41 and won, no Masters.
Yeah.
If you skied 5 at 41 and got second, no Masters.
You can't even win the tournament and no Masters. You have to do the benchmark.
Yeah.
And I remember that year was even tougher of the year before that I made it because the last year I made it, I needed to get 4.
Yeah.
Everyone needed to get 4. And we all know it's really hard to get to 4. Like it's not, everyone get pits of 4.
Yeah.
So I remember it was me and Sasha again, the 2018 to make the finals. And Sasha did 3, pulled to 4, he didn't make it. And then I pulled to 4 and I made it. But on my defense, to help him out, that was my onside.
Yeah, exactly. Left foot forward.
It was harder for him to get to 4, but for me it was like, I'm not letting this go. But this year, I remember I just needed to win, just to beat Joel and John. But I just remember Joel doing the score. I was I think last of the dock.
Yeah. No, I think John was.
The last of the dock. I was after Joel or whatever. I don't know. I remember. I just know I ski after Joel, and I remember Joel getting to 3 and screaming and getting so excited and just like he already made it.
Yeah, he thought like he made it. Yeah.
Yeah. So the way I took it was like this is the respectful because me and John we can easily make it.
Right.
Like we can get to 3, we can tie or something. But the thing I thought everything all that thoughts, I got it before getting in the water. The other thing I was thinking is like, if he got excited, I can get to 3, but he got excited because he beat me in the semifinals in the first round. So if I tie him, if me and John tied him,
he will go through.
He will go through. But then he got me more pissed because by him thinking that I can get to 4, so he thinks I cannot do more than 3 now.
Right.
So that's the only thing I was thinking, I need to get to 4. I need to get to 4. And I did it. I just put in my head, I need to do it because, I don't know, I deserve it more. I just wanted more, or whatever reason is. But my plan was just because maybe if he didn't celebrate, I wouldn't make it,
Right.
But it's the thing that we talked before. It's just the competition I have in me, that maybe if a person doesn't make me feel like I can beat him,
that's when the fire sparks. Yeah.
But if someone thinks like, oh yeah, you can beat me, then there's no fire. Like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna do what I have,
Right.
But if at the moment you think, that I can't beat you, that's when I feel like I need to prove, that
they're wrong.
Yeah, and yeah, that was it. And then
it's funny because I watched F41. Going back to F41, you did your first Masters, first off the dock. That 41 last year at LCQ, again, you were early as shit at 4, and then zigzag 4,
I was
which
early.
Understandable. But as a water ski fan, I'm like, dude, just turn that 4 and show us,
I know. My dad was like, why didn't you run it?
Right.
And I was like, the last thing I was thinking is to run it. I just had 4 in my mind.
Yeah.
Just 4. I never thought about.
Yeah.
Just, maybe if I put it, if it did 5, I would do 6.
Yeah.
It's just about the event, like what just fires me to go out.
Yeah.
Anyway, I made it to the Masters. Really happy. I know what to do next weekend now. Like I have
a plan.
I have a plan.
Somewhere to be.
Anyway, Masters this year was not good to me.
Okay.
If you want me to be honest, I don't remember what happened. Like I don't remember my score.
You didn't make the final?
I didn't make the finals, but I don't remember where did I fall. If it was at 38 or at 39, or I just don't remember.
Were you nervous this
year?
year?
No, I was not nervous. I was just like, that's it. Like
just a bad set.
Huh?
Just a bad set.
What do you mean with the?
That you just had a bad set, like a bad ski
set?
set?
Yeah. I just had a bad set, but I don't remember. Like, if you ask me, I just don't remember what happened.
Well,
it probably was so bad that I just tried to forget it.
And you managed.
Yeah, and that's it. And it was, going to the Master at the end of the day is really fun because if you don't make it to the finals, you just get out there in the water and just watch jumping and all this slalom. So at the end of the day, it's good to go to the Masters.
Yeah. Yeah, it's never a bad weekend if you go to Masters.
No. It's always fun. Let's see. After Masters, what was it?
Dude, like you skied these tournaments.
I had a concussion, dude. I have a concussion in Malaysia. I barely remember this year.
Man.
It was Lake 38.
Lake 38, yeah.
Yeah. Lake 38 was the last tournament of the U.S. Season, the U.S. Tour.
In the spring, then we had some in the fall, yeah.
Exactly. That tournament, that lake is amazing.
You liked it, huh?
Yeah, like, kid, if you're listening to this, like, your leg is really good to ski on. Like, I went there, like, everyone told me, like, oh, it's really good, this lake. Oh, it's really good. Oh, it's really good. When people tells you that, it probably sucks. Yeah, it's really good, but then it's shit. Since my first set, it was so good. I didn't train that lake. I just went straight to on the tournament day. No, I get there the day before, but I didn't train that day.
Yeah.
And it felt so good, so good. I got 4th behind big skiers like, Freddie and Will.
And Steven, right?
And yeah, Steven got third or he won.
No, I think Freddie won in runoff. I think them three did 3 at 41, and then in the runoff, Freddie, and then I can't remember if it was Will Steven or Steven Will.
Yeah, I just remember I didn't want to be on the runoff. I just like,
crank 2 ball, 1.5.
Yeah, I just like crank it and that's it. That tournament, I just, I just gamble it. Like this is the time if I get fourth or I might get, win.
Oh, because you were last of the dock.
Nah, I don't remember, but I kind of knew it. I do not know why, or maybe I was the second out of. I don't know. I just knew that how to get to the podium.
Yeah, it was a piece of 4 to win.
Yeah. But I needed to turn 2. Like I cannot safety 2 to get to 4.
Right.
And that was it. I got 4th, so I'm back on the consistent. I get 4th at Swiss, 3rd at John, and win LCQ. Then I take a day off, weekend off at Masters. Then I'm back to the, to the grind, and
then back to Europe.
And then I mean Europe was amazing this year. Like I remember after Lake 38, I stayed in Florida for like another week or 2 to ski there. This year I got signed by Nautique.
Around that time?
Yeah, after Masters, after Masters, which I think is every skier's dream. I believe is for me like the biggest company in the boat industry right now. And then I was born ski with Nautique. I go to tournaments Nautique, and then finally getting sponsored by them. It's like, this is
next level.
Yeah, the next level now.
Yeah, I mean boat sponsorship is next level.
Yeah, boat sponsorship is like if you're there, it's like okay. That was another highlight from this year. It's like. I think that's one of the main highlights of the 2019. Anyway, I stayed there skiing. I think we did a photo shoot that week before France, before the European tour, and then it was time to go. I went home for a couple of days because I haven't seen my mom for months because all these tournaments and my family. I was only with my dad the last 2 tournaments. He came to see me at the LCQ. No, he came to see me at Swiss, LCQ, and Masters.
Yeah.
Then he had to come back. And then from there, me and my dad flew to Europe, to France.
Yeah.
And then the first tournament was the Miremont Lake.
Yep.
I remember the
Bordeaux.
Boresh.
Boresh.
It was a Boresh, another amazing lake. It was really nice to ski. And I remember just it was 2 rounds or 3 rounds. I remember I was consistent. And then I remember the last round, I was second out of the dock. Sasha did 3 at 41. I did 4 after him. That's another tournament. I just felt it. I did 4, and then Freddie did 3.5.
You were second last of the dock.
Yeah, I was second last of the dock, and Freddie was almost there, but it wasn't his day. Yeah, and that was my second pro tournament of podium. Win. I was really happy. So that's when I get consistent again, and then I just accumulating these points
towards this year's Masters.
Yeah, exactly. But I was still nervous because at the end of the day, I only managed to get 2 events with points. Lake 38, which getting 4, it was not that much points, and then Boresh.
Oh, and John's got 3rd, right?
Yeah, and John's, sorry, 3 tournaments. And then the Boresh, it was the first year in doing the tournament, so it was not that many points. So I'm like, okay, I'm getting podiums, but not what I needed, So now I'm still on the grind. Like I'm nervous I want to get the points. After that tournament, what was it? Funglis.
Funglis, yeah.
Yeah, Funglis, another place that is amazing to ski. He'd been doing the tournament for
a few years now.
Yeah, a few years now. And that tournament, I got second. Freddie got me back from
the weekend before.
Yeah, from the weekend before. And yeah, I got a good points there, which it helped me out, to build up my ranking list. I'm telling you, I was like 10 in the ranking list.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like elite at 8. I was like third or fourth. Well, fourth or fifth in the elite, the world ranking list, but in the elite, I was like 10 or something. I was really it was bad. And then the next weekend, it was
Cesena.
Cesena, behind a Nautic is always fun to ski, And that tournament is tough.
Yeah.
There's a lot of skiing there.
Yeah.
And the difference is between your tournament and this is that they don't stop. Like, you give us a break,
right.
Like you put the girls but we don't have the girls in the tournament. So it's just like, you go
set
now.
After set
you
after
go now.
set.
You go now. And then I remember I beat Tigas. Who did I beat in some finals? I think I beat Will. That was like, oh my God,
Major.
Yeah, I think I did beat Will. And then Steven beat Freddie. So it was me and Steven in the finals. But I was the last skier to ski. Like, it was Steven beat Freddie and I beat Will. So I had on all this round, I had the highest score. So I had to choose if I should go first and second. So I was like, okay, I need to go first. I need to put the pressure on Steven.
Yeah.
And then I think that was the worst mistake ever, because I was,
rest.
I just did buoy at 41, get back and it was literally even not 5 minutes. It was like, you choose, what do you want? You first or okay, me first. Okay, get in the water. Like, non-stop.
Right.
No, I didn't have, like, my arm were not flexing. Like, only.
After 41, it's the old tense.
Oh, it was bad. And then I remember I did 3 at 38. I couldn't pull to 4. Like, it was so hard.
Mm-hmm.
And then Steven went right after me. It was an easy score. Even if you're sore, I need to
38.
Yeah, I need to run 38. And he got to 4 or 5. He just went there to beat me, and that's it. It was a good tournament. Another podium, and a big podium for me, actually. It was like second. That's good for my elite ranking. I wanted to win, not because I just need to win because that tournament gets me to the Masters straight. So I didn't have to worry the rest of the year,
Because if you won that tournament, you go to Masters.
Yeah, if you win the Cesena Pro, you go directly to the Masters. Like, I need to win this tournament, so I don't have to be worrying about the rest of the season.
Right.
Then the next tournament was San Gervasio Pro-Am.
Yeah.
Again, amazing place to ski, but for me so hard that day it was so hard for me to ski, and I didn't figure out why.
Right.
And my ski was broken.
Yeah.
And that was the ski I was carrying. That it was the best ski, everything, and I didn't make it to the head-to-head. I didn't make it to the finals.
Yeah.
I didn't run 39, and then when we checked, the ski in the bag was like a little bit cracked. It was time to change it a little for a while. I just keep pushing on it, and then I skied with you guys there for all the time, like for 2 weeks or a week before. What was it next? It wasn't again in France, wasn't it?
I think it was French Malibu. Yeah, well, actually,
no?
2 days later. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I did only. Actually, no. When I come to Europe, I always get San Gervasio.
Yeah. But
after San Gervasio, I only see like one set and then flew to France.
Yeah.
Then it was Lacanau. This tournament was legendary. the year before at Lacano, I skied really bad. Like I didn't make it to the finals. I felt that like it was so hard. Like I was like, okay, I need to go because I'm just doing the pro tournament. Like okay, so I was expecting to be hard again.
Yeah.
So I remember getting the first round. I skied really good. The belt felt good. The leg felt good. Everything felt good. Like okay, then it's not the leg, it's me. So I remember I always was scoring above 3 at 41 in every round, and I don't remember if it was only head to head with the last two or it was head to head with everyone.
I think it was with everyone, and you were doing that weird head to head where it was one skier and then your opponent.
Yeah. And I think I beat Tigres again.
Yeah.
And then I beat. I don't remember who else I beat. But I have to beat 2 people at least to get to the finals.
That's how it works.
Yeah. And then nothing. I get to the finals, top seed, because I did 4 and a half at 41.
Oola.
And I was top seed, if I'm not wrong. And guess with who? Will Asher. So I was like, I need to go first. This guy doesn't get the pressure, but I do. Like, I'd rather me go first, so I don't have to worry, than he go first, I have to worry. So I was skiing really good. I was tired as well, but I was going solid. At the 4 at 41, they gave me 3 1/4, 3 1/2.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't matter.
Right.
It doesn't matter about what he did. I was so happy. I fist pump and everything, which was my bad because I hate when people do it for me.
Kind of what Joel did with
exactly,
you, right?
But I did it with Will. But for me, it was like, come on, it's Will, like. And then Will just cruised 41, like he just smoked 41. Like it was so easy to see him run 41. And the only thing I got mad at him, it was like, why he didn't stop at 5 at least, Like,
no, he smoked it.
Like, okay, I beat this kid, let me stop at 5. No, he's just like, you know what? Get to 6. And the worst thing, he tried 43 as well. Like, come on, go home at least, Like, I don't want the end score, like, on the list when you see, like, at least 6 at 43, and I did 3 1/2.
6 at 41, yeah.
6 at 41. And he gets to 1 at 43, and I get like 3, like, come on, don't bully me that much,
Right.
But yeah, that tournament, it was amazing, and for me to be, such a young age going against Will, which is part of to be like, is like a legend of the water ski right now. And yeah, that was a good season of the European tour. Then it was the England, the London, the Andy Maple Pro Am.
Yeah.
But I didn't go to that one because what I tell you, I wanted to win Pan Am so bad.
Yeah.
That was like, I'd rather go back to the US, train behind an Nautique, because they were using this new ski Nautique. They were like, okay, I need to set up my position. I need to get on this. Like, I need to win this tournament no matter what.
Right.
So I skipped that tournament for Pan Ams, and I was skiing really bad. Before Pan Ams, I was skiing bad.
Wow.
Like, I remember, I think my dad stayed in Italy, pulling another tournament, I guess. I don't remember. It was another tournament. And I went to ski with Matt. I remember I was telling Matt, like, I'm just going to go there and to do a shame, like, I'm going to shame myself skiing like this there. Like,
right.
Why am I going? Like, this is not worth it right now. I should stay in Europe. Like,
right.
And it was so hard for me. Remember going back to the DR. No, actually, I didn't went back to the DR. I stayed in the US. I flew from the US
to Pan Am.
To Pan Am, which it was Peru.
Peru.
And then again in Peru, it was so cold. So cold. I was not used to it. I remember the first night I slept with a hoodie and jeans and shoes on.
There you go.
It was so cold. Like and my hands inside the pocket of the.
I mean, DR cold or
no,
cold?
No, cold. Like
Right.
cold, like even the Canadian were freezing. You know, like when you see big Steven like doing like shaking his hand, that is cold. Anyway, I was there and I remember the first set, my camera was not enough for that temperature. It was like a 0.5 when I needed like a 3.
Right.
I ski again really bad. I was like, oh my god, like what am I doing now? Then I was like, I just had a moment with me, and I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna succeed in this tournament. I need to. Like, I've been working all year for this tournament. Like, this is it,
Right.
And I remember the second training got better. We had three training or 2 training. I remember it got better and better. And then in the semifinals, I did 3 at 41. Steven did 2, and then Steven was before. Steven was after me actually. Mm-hmm. Steven was top seed in the semifinals, and then he did 2, I did 3, and I was stoked. Like, okay, I'm back.
Yeah.
And I beat the record, the Pan Am Games record. And I was like, okay, this is it. Like, this is my moment right now. I have to wait for the finals. I need to repeat what I did.
Right.
And then I was there. Steven was skiing really good. He was solid. Like, okay, maybe I need to do more than 3 now. Then I remember he did 2. But I think, what I saw from he S-turned 2. And then in myself, like, I need to beat him. That's it. I need to beat him because I need this for the country. I need, I've been working for this. And he beat me at Cesena, like, I need to get this guy back, And and that's it. I won really good. 2, it was at that point, because what a lot of people might think is when it's a really hard tournament, like you need to win. Some people might just do the S-training ball too, just to have another chance to go on a runoff and see what the guy is gonna do.
Yeah.
For me, as soon as I run 1, I was like, either get first or either get second. I need to turn 2.
Yeah.
And I just turn, really hard too. Like, you can see in the video, like, you can see even the tail on my ski almost getting out. It was at the limit, and then just pulling to 3, and then that the next is story. Like, that was the relief, just like the accumulation of a whole year, just working on the tournament, and finally made it.
Nice.
Yeah, it was. Like, when I came back from the DR, I landed here like at 2 a.m. In the airport, there was like 100 and something people from Boca Chica, from where I live.
Yeah.
With my shirt. There was a shirt. The picture of me celebrating?
Yeah.
They made a shirt saying the gold of Boca Chica.
Hola.
They have banners. They have people like sing a band, with Dominican music, dancing, everyone shouting my name. Like, am I Justin Bieber right now or what? Yeah, it was it was totally worth it. The work that I did.
Yeah.
All this year.
And did he have good media exposure here in DR?
Yeah. A lot of people know me now. Like, now everyone takes me seriously. When I say everyone takes me seriously, is more about the people from the committee, the Olympic committee, the Minister of Sports. All these people, they're like, oh, that sport doesn't, we don't need that sport,
Right.
But now they know that they need my sport because I can provide a gold medal, which they won gold medals. Like, that's how they get the money from the government.
Were you the only gold medal for DR?
No. I was the first one. I think I was the first gold medal from the DR, because my sport was before all the good Dominican athletes.
Yeah.
And by being the first, And being the water ski, a sport that people is in now, it was a boom. Like everyone was talking about it. I got like 2,000 followers. I was like, I don't use Twitter, but I got like thousands of followers on Twitter. Like, you know, and
Like
and
newspaper,
like for a whole week, newspaper. Then they stop for a week, and then they just keep talking about it on the newspaper. Like, you put pictures of me. Then I won the best picture of Pan Am's. Like, it was
right.
and that my picture will be the face of Pan Am's right now. Like, for next Pan Am's, they're gonna use my picture for a moment for the TV shows or whatever.
Right.
That's the picture.
Right.
You know.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it was like, you know, they gave they gave the photographer. Because it wasn't me. It was the photographer that took it,
Yeah.
but it was a Dominican photographer that came with me to the event, you know.
Right.
So at the end of the day, it's us, you know.
Yeah.
They put my picture in the offices of the Olympic committee, which they didn't have water ski.
Right.
Only the sport that do medals, and they put mine.
Yeah.
I mean, it was look. It was. I think it was the best podium win ever, better than the Junior Worlds or better than my first pro event. Like,
Because the consequences were so
it's
bigger than you almost. Yeah.
yeah, but it's not only about the consequences. It's just because I worked so bad for that tournament.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
my first pro tournament. Yeah, I worked to win, but not for exactly that one. You know.
Yeah. That was like targeted work towards that one.
Exactly. I didn't work for winning Buresh, but it happened because my training, and I want to win, obviously.
Yeah.
But it's not that I planned to win that tournament.
Yeah.
So I planned to win that tournament. I didn't care about nothing, just that tournament.
Yeah.
And after that tournament, it was Worlds, but I was so committed to that tournament that after I won that, like, okay, now I have to think about Worlds and the next, the rest.
Yeah. Yeah.
And yeah. Then after that, I was still skiing. I was like home for a week or two. Then it was Worlds, Malaysia. I went to Florida to ski behind the nautique.
Yeah.
And yeah, we went there. First training, my good ski that I've been, with all this good season, the airline broke it.
The what?
The airline.
The airline broke.
Yeah, it came broke.
So this was the second ski you broke last year. So
Yeah.
you broke one in San Gervasio,
Yeah.
got on another one. With that, you got good results, and then you won the Pan Am, and then the one of the Pan Am broke as well.
Yeah.
Wow.
I was not lucky with my
Equipment.
equipment this year, and yeah, but it was United. What are you gonna tell United? Oh, you brought my ski. You have to,
Right.
My dad flew to Malaysia with another ski, which it was like, thank God, because I used to fly with two skis, and then if they broke one, they will broke two,
Right.
because it was the same thing. But my dad flew with another one from the DR, and then I skied with that one, but I didn't, it was my backup, but you know how backups work. You might ski good, but you might not ski good.
Right. Right.
So I remember in the training, I skied, I ran 30, I think I ran 39. Oh, yeah, I think I ran 39. I got deep 39s. I don't know. It was like, I skied really good.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, I'm back. Like, hold on. Like, I'm not, I'm
Everything
not
is
lost.
good.
Yeah,
Exactly. Everything is good. Yeah.
Then the tournament, it's just, if you ask me, I don't remember that good. I just remember the first part, which was really good. But I can tell you about the video. It was good. And then at 39, one wasn't bad. One was good. It was decent for the lake, for the place it was, And then two, it was a condition for everyone. But for two, I got the ski that I had back then. It was turning too aggressive on my offsides.
Yeah.
Why? Because I like it. Yeah. But this one was more. You can feel it more.
Even more than
the normal if I used to. Used to like. I turned two. The ski just went, deep down. Then couple of wake.
Yeah.
Covered the tip, and then the ski wouldn't go out of the water. So I just kept pulling because I thought at the moment, I guess, the ski was with me, but I crossed the wave without a ski under me. And I just like face plant, just rolling and everything. And the doctor told me I had a concussion. I didn't remember anything. And I was like, I thought I was in Thailand.
Okay.
Yeah, because I remember weeks before the tournament, Gianmarco told me like we should go to Thailand to set up some ski there and everything. So for me, seeing these people come to me to help me, I don't know why I associate them from Thailand.
Right.
And the place, because I saw a picture of the lake there, it was like kind of muddy like that. And then the shore was like, oh my God, I'm in Thailand. And then I just remember Regina screaming like, go help him, help.
Right.
And then I was like, what is Regina doing here?
Right.
Right. Is this okay? And I remember just looking at my hands because my gloves I was wet. Like, what the I'm skiing? Like, right. I remember I was in the water, and then, but she thought I was moving my fingers. She thought I have something wrong with my vertebrae or. So they helped me out. I came out, and then they start asking me all these questions. I don't know where, the typical, you don't know where you are. I knew my name, but I don't know what day it was or what event it was.
Right.
Slowly came to me, and then Paige was going to ski.
Yeah.
And I was feeling horrible, and I remember I didn't want to tell anyone because then she will ski back.
Right. You didn't want to influence her.
Yeah, influence her. I say, I'm good. But I felt I was dying.
Wow.
I felt like my head was going to explode. I wanted to just throw up and everything. She skied, and as soon as she skied, we just went to the hotel, like AC, like full AC, no sun. Like, I was like, it was bad.
Yeah.
Like, I couldn't see the sun. Like, the daylight, it was like, I was allergic.
Concussion, yeah.
It was horrible. Nothing. I just needed to rest. All good. Walk less. The normal. And that's it. After that, I came back to the US. I had a couple of week off.
Yeah.
I didn't ski. I couldn't ski because all the doctor told me you can't ski.
Yeah.
No activity. I went to snow ski in Dubai, though.
In the mall.
At the mall, yeah, which was a bad idea because the last time I skied was like I was 12. So I went there like, I know how to ski. I know how to water ski. Of course I can ski. I remember it was Paige, me, and Whitney's dad.
Mm-hmm.
Whitney's dad is like one of the best snow skiers I've seen, I guess.
Yeah.
And he was teaching me. I'm like, no, I know how to, First turn, just straight in my face, snow in my nose, snow in my eye. Like, okay, I need help here. I learned how to snow ski again. But I went back home. I had a couple of weeks off. I went to the doctor here. They told me like, look, it was inflamed. The only good thing you had, it was the Italian doctor. He gave me a cortisone for the brain.
Yeah.
He told me you're good because as soon as you fell, he's injected you cortisone so he didn't get the brain the time to get bigger.
Yeah.
So he just stopped the inflammation and then it went back to if not, it will be worse.
Wow.
So he told me you're good to ski now, So I started skiing, after 3 weeks or 4 weeks. I don't remember. It was before California. I went back to ski. I was struggling to run 39s, but I was not, making it. Then the ski was not helping me neither. I was setting up the ski at the same time. Like, it was a lot of things happening. But I was like, well, let me just finish the season. Like, I'm not going to quit now. Like,
right.
Let's go. Because that was the plan at the end of the day. We went there, first round, it was good. I figured that if it was not windy, the ski would work.
Right.
But if it was windy, the ski was not working at all. So I remember the finals, or was it head-to-head in
in California? Yeah, but I don't think you made it. I think
No,
you
I didn't
crashed.
make it.
Yeah.
But it was like what, semifinals?
It was 2 rounds, and then the average.
Oh, okay, perfect. Yeah, that was another thing. I was like, oh my god, this tournament is gonna be tough because it have to be the average, you know.
Yeah.
The second round, I don't know if you guys seen you saw the crash.
Yeah, Marcus.
Well, yeah, it was not a crash, but it was impressive. You know, I think it was the first, not the first. Yeah, it was the first pass. No, it can't be. No, it was 38. It was 38. 38. It was 13, 12, 38. One, it was like huge crosswind.
Yeah.
One was super long. Two, like, you know, the ski just, I told you before, it was like getting deep on two. It's like with the wind pushing me, like, oh my god, it's hard. 3, super long. 4, I got too fast. I didn't want my tail to blow.
Yeah.
So I just went all in the back, pulled to 5. Yeah. I was like, I need to run 38. I cannot fall 38. That's so embarrassing, you know, like falling at 38. Like, I turned 5. Like, I was like, okay, I need to turn 5. No, what? I just put the ski down, just get the pull. Like, here we go. I just start, you know, accelerating to get to 6. I don't get the pull yet. Still like going deep. I get the pull, and instead of me just bouncing from back to front, I just got more speed because my position was so like packed, like so strong that the ski just accelerate, and then I just started touching my butt started touching the water, and then my shoulders was touching the water. Like, okay, this is not good. And my thought was like, I'm gonna die if I make it. If I make it to 6, I'm just gonna bounce on the edge change and do like a front flip or whatever.
Yeah.
But my plan was not letting go. The handle just went away, and that's it. But yeah, it was crazy. And then my dad telling me you should have let go, everyone, because you had a concussion and etc. But I mean, it was fun for the video. I mean,
it's good.
It's good content. You know.
Yeah, Marcus used it.
Yeah, Marcus used it really good. Then after that, went back to, you know, setting up skis, training, Malibu. First pass Malibu, so. And second pass at 12, I fell at 2.
You fell at 2 ball.
At 2 ball of 12. And yeah, that was it. My season, you know, finished there. And then I didn't know what happened. And I went back to the hotel room. I started checking the videos, and I saw something strange. I went to, you know, see my ski, and it was broken again. I'm like, okay, that was you know, back to find a new ski, and that's it.
And yet, with that sort of like iffy end of the season, you managed your goal, right? You ended up top 6 on the elite ranking.
Yeah. I managed I ended up 4th. Yeah, it's Freddie, Will, Steven, and me. Yeah. I got 4th at the elite ranking list, which it was more of what I was, you know, aiming. I was aiming 6 just to make it to the, you know, like, hey, I make it.
Not skiing LCQ. That was the important.
Yeah, at that point, look, the thing is, I didn't want to go to the LCQ.
Yeah.
Okay? I might go and see this year, you know, because I love going there, but it's just not the fact of I had to, you know,
the pressure of making it.
And thank God I'm not going this year. You heard the scores this year?
Yeah, it's 1 at 43.
Exactly. Good luck, everyone.
That's a high score, man.
Oh my God! Look, good luck. Look, if whoever make it should win the Masters. Like, if I'm top seed and that person that make it to the LCQ make a score that, you know, is winning, I'll just like, look, you deserve.
Congrats, you know.
You win the Masters. Like, no, man. Like, come on. That's insane. But I mean, 143 is like, Chris Parrish can make it for sure. Like, I don't believe Chris is going, and Chris is like, but who else? Like, I'm thinking now that had that score. Yeah. You know, maybe Corey, if Corey's going, Corey ran 41 before, you know, so he's another potential. But look, I mean,
That's not easy.
It's not easy, even though if you did it before, it's not easy to do it in that tournament as well because you have the pressure. But I mean, it is what it is, and yeah, that was my plan, and thanks God I did it.
Yeah, exactly.
If not, I wouldn't be going to the Masters probably this year.
There you go. So, what are you looking forward for this season, 2020?
So, this season for me is winning Masters. I know it's big, but at the end of the day, what big tournament we have this year, I mean, of course, maintain my consistency in every tournament, so I can make it against the Masters. But at the end of the day, when you make it to the Masters, it's not enough. At the end, you
want to win.
Yeah, you want to win, and I taste podium already.
Yeah.
And it tastes really good. And now I just imagine myself how much it tastes, the podium, like the goal, the first place. And yeah, that's my plan. And if I win the Master, which I'm going for it, that's my mentality right now. I'm sorry for everyone who might get mad at me, but I'm gonna use the ring for the rest of the year. As soon as I get that ring, I'm not going to take them off. I'm going to go all my tournaments with my ring because I don't know why they don't do it. Like Freddie won the tournament. He doesn't use his ring. Who else won it? A lot of people won the tournament, but they don't use the ring. Like, I would be so proud to just have in my pinky. I'm going to put in my pinky ring.
No, not on the pinky, dude. No, not on the pinky. No.
I'm going to have in my pinky ring and, that's gonna be amazing if but yeah, no, yeah. Out of jokes and everything, yeah. My plan is to keep my consistency and then win the U.S. and the Masters, and keep doing what I was doing last year, but try to improve a little bit more. Don't fall by. Just keep pushing and go forward.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much it.
Listen, I'll give you... How long do you think we've been going?
40 minutes.
An hour and 40.
No way!
An hour and 40 minutes.
No way.
Yeah. I mean, we can keep going if you want.
I mean, if you ask me another question, I can keep going, but am I the longest one? No.
You're close.
All right, let's beat that. Let's
2 hours.
Let's get these people bored when listening to they're like, oh my God, when he's going to stop talking.
I don't think they're bored. But yeah, listen, as a friend, and I've been knowing you since you were super small.
Yeah. Well, you have
but
videos.
It's young. Yeah, I have videos. We won't leak them, but I have videos. It's been a true pleasure watching you grow the way you've been growing.
Thank you very much. It's been a journey.
That's for sure.
You guys, if you want to know, me and Matteo, when I was 6, 7.
You mean the Oreo story?
Yeah.
Yeah, we were 7, I think.
7. We used to just get out of my house. Me and Matteo walk the streets to go to this supermarket where they used to sell this Oreo cereals, which they don't make it anymore. I'm telling you, we tried to look, they don't sell anymore. And then I remember we used to get chocolate milk.
Yeah.
And eat chocolate cereals with chocolate milk.
Yeah, we were going to town with that stuff.
Oh my God, I miss those days. I can eat whatever I want like that. Ooh.
It's a bit different now, eh?
Yeah, now I'm struggling with Nutella and panettone.
Yeah.
But I mean,
it happens.
Yeah, it happens. I mean, off season, but anyway.
Anyway, anyone that you want to thank?
Oh no, I want to thank a lot of people. This is not possible with a lot of people. Mainly my dad. My dad, since day one, made this possible. Without him, I wouldn't be where I am right now. He's the one that pushed me, showed me the world of water skiing, believed in me when I didn't even believe myself, actually. I was like,
Right.
I want to thank Claudio. Claudio was there since I was a kid, too. He was my second coach. I used to ski on on winter with him in summer. Like I will spend what 2 months in at São Paulo skiing with you guys. And yeah, I want to thank the people that have been behind me, helping me. I want to help Matt Rini. He's been helping me a lot with my skiing since 2018. Like I've been improved a lot. I want to thank him as well. He gave me some. He touched some part of my ski, my sets that actually I never thought that would help, and they're helping a lot. Stuff that if you ask me, they're so simple, but that is so naked. It's so you said that it's so naked and eye, like so. Troppo non lo vedi col nudo.
Something that you don't see it like with the naked eye.
And then
just a feel maybe here and there.
Yeah, I think it's a feel of whatever he's. I don't know whatever. I think he's more than most people.
Yeah.
And then he just helped me with that. It was. I believe it was simple when he told me that, but it just improved me so much.
Right.
And I believe that's what he told me. I still carry with me all this, I will carry forever. But I did it a lot. It was at the Masters when I got third. The semi that 39 that I run that easy is because of what he taught me.
Okay.
I'm not gonna tell it. I'm not gonna say what it was. I'm gonna keep it secret. If you want, you just have to go ski with Matt. But yeah, I mean, my family. I want to thank you to inviting me and doing this. I want to thank your dad.
Yeah, he's not here.
I made an advocate week without him, it wouldn't be the same. It was always fun to be with your dad as well. And I want to thank actually my girlfriend, of course, but that's always there for me. But my brothers always be pushing me a lot. Like, believe it or not, now I have like someone to ski with. Like they're just running. I think 35 and 30 and 13 and 12.
Yeah,
they ran 13 and 12, but it's still like a push. We sometimes do handicap tournaments, and it's hard to beat them, in handicap tournaments. But yeah, it's fun. It's always fun and they're fun kids, and they will be good skiers. I mean, that's the plan.
Yeah,
and that's it.
Okay, well, Robert, thank you so much for sitting down with me. I'm sure we're gonna do this again, maybe this summer.
I will happy to do it.
Your season.
Yeah.
And until then, let's go and have some lunch because Dad has been waiting for way too long. Both of our dads have been waiting.
For way
too long.
and I'm starving, guys. Like.
Okay. Well, thanks again, Dobby.
All right.
Buono.
Andata bene, no?
È andata bene, cazzo. Fai che 1:40, 1:45 perché all'inizio. Thank you.